What's good, everybody? This is Toby from Life with Toby. Let me put on my glasses so that I can actually see some. Giving you a tutorial today on foundation. So I've already done my eyebrows. I haven't done anything else. Of course I haven't done everything else, you can see that. And so I'm gonna be going through foundation routine, or my foundation routine for when I'm trying to, slay the day. Hey. Do like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next scene. So it is super important to always start off your foundation with some sort of primer. So this primer that I'm going to be using today is by Revlon. It's a Revlon Photo Ready primer, and it is also a color correcting primer, and that just helps to make your skin super even. So I just take like that, which is about 2 pumps, and I put that all over my skin. And I just use my fingers to rub that in. Good, so if you're black like me, then you're gonna look ashy like me too. This is exactly what primer does. No idea why. So I'm now going to color correct. And the color corrector that I'm going to be using is orange. So now I'm using orange because I have dark marks on my face and like darkness around my mouth. This is genetic, but it is darker because I have the flu, and when you have the flu, you don't really sleep. So it is a little bit darker than normal, I will admit that. And I am a bit dark here and a little bit dark here, like my forehead is a bit dark. And the reason why I'm using orange is because orange is the opposite color spectrum to the black or the purple that I have on my face. And that's gonna help to cancel out or even out the darkness on my face. If you are a lighter skin color and you have redness or pinkness that's making your face look uneven, then what you wanna use is either green or blue color corrector. Green, purple, or blue, it depends on what you got, but those are the things that you use. So I'm using orange because I have blackness. If you have redness, use green, purple, or blue. I hope that helps. So I'm using the LA Girl color corrector in orange, and I'm just gonna put that on my mouth over here. Cool. I look weird. But now I'm gonna just use my fingers to blend that in. Okay, now that is blended in like a great blending thing, it's time for foundation. So I use any type of foundation. I think it depends on what I'm looking for that day. So if I'm looking for something super light and super easy, don't judge me, it's a little bit messy, I use MAC Face and Body foundation. This is really great. It's light, it kind of finishes like skin, and that's what I'll put on my face. If I want something that's super full coverage, again, don't judge me, it's really messy, is the Maybelline Superstay 24 hour. This is really good. It stays on for the whole day. Sometimes I go for Black Opal Cream Stick foundation, or I go for the Yardley Stay Fast foundation. It just depends on what it is I'm looking for. So I think today I'm gonna go for this one. And I either take my buffing brush by Real Techniques, or I take my stippling brush by Real Techniques, depending on the kind of finish that I want as well. So a stippling brush, you will, when you apply your foundation, you kind of dip it in, you kind of dip in the foundation, and then you go like this, and that gives you a nice airbrush look. I love this look, love the way that looks. A buffering brush, you kind of take the product and you kind of buff it in, also very nice. The difference is that this gives you more of a full coverage, and this one gives you more of a sheer coverage, depending on, of course, the product that you're going to be using. Sheer for a full coverage foundation, if that makes any sense. But I think I'm gonna take my stippling brush because I'm gonna go for a full coverage today, and I'm just gonna put that, I'm just gonna go like this, and I'm just gonna do this on my face. This technique does take a little bit longer because what you're trying to do is just stipple all of the products onto your face, so it does take a little bit longer than the normal application. It's fine. Okay, so now that I've done that and I've kind of stippled all of the foundation onto my face, I'm going to take the same brush, and just to make sure that there aren't any weird, streaks or whatever on my face, because I can see some on my forehead and whatever, I'm just lightly going to take this brush like this and just circle around my whole face. Just like the small little circles. And that's just to, help the foundation get buffed in correctly, properly, so that there aren't any weird things going on. Cool, yo. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm gonna go through to highlighting my concealer, using my concealer to kind of highlight and brighten up some parts of my face, such as my underarms and a little bit of my forehead and down the bridge of my nose and my chin, just a little bit, because what we're trying to do is get back some color, some natural color in my face. So the product that I'm going to be using today is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in a Beautiful Bronze, and I'm just going to put that in the areas of my face that I mentioned. And that is how I apply that. What I'm going to use next is this tiny little buffing brush that I got from Dischem. Must be Dischem. There's no name on it because it is kind of old. And I'm just gonna buff in my concealer like that. So little round circles that I'm going to be doing to kind of buff that in. I'm just gonna give it that like flawless finish. I want to try and get into all the creases on your face. So that it just gives a bit of an even finish, But we're looking for some even finishes, peeps. We're looking for even finish, okay? And also don't be afraid to use your fingers in some places, Sometimes your fingers are the best things to work because they kind of warm up the products and help the products to move around on your skin. So do not be afraid, peeps, to use your fingers to correct some areas, to buff something in. Your fingers are the best. And that is how I put on my concealer. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some powder and I'm just going to put that on my under eyes because I'm going to bake under eyes. And what the product I'm going to use is this Estee Lauder Invisible Powder. And it is a compact powder, as you can see. So, and I've hit pan. Such an expensive product. My Jesus. To just put that under my under eyes and on my eyes as well. And again, don't judge a sister. So this brush is not clean, but this is the kind of brush that I use, and I'm just gonna do this, get a lot of that product and put that on my under eyes. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm just gonna contour my chubby cheeks. The contour that I'm gonna be using is Bobbi Brown's contour foundation in espresso. It looks like this. Also a hit pan. I gotta buy some things, y'all. I gotta buy some things. I just used a concealer brush by Color. That is from Dischem. It looks like this. Just an average concealer brush. And I just put that over here and over here. Nose as well. Kind of down the bridge of my nose a little bit like this. And on my forehead like so. So then, now that we have our contour on in all of the places that we have worked, I'm just gonna take this contour brush also by Real Techniques and I'm just gonna work that in like this. This side so that I can see properly. Also my Real Techniques foundation brush. Listen, I don't only have Real Technique brushes. I'm using a lot of them today. And I'm just gonna use this to buff out my contour over here. Okay, and that's how I do my foundation routine. So from here on, what you can do is you can put on your highlight, you can put on your bomb eyeshadow. You can do whatever it is that you want to make your look absolutely amazing. So I hope that you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with your friends so that they know how to do their faces as well. I hope that this really helps you to slay the day all day. So from lots of love from me, Toby, love you. Mwah.